Yeah. Oh, I have to say who the hell I'm in there right now. I'm pissed. It's Weaver Johnson. How you doing? Rosemont, California, all that sort of fun stuff. Yeah, I'm pissed. And I hate it when pissed, depressed, mostly pissed. Seems like anger is coming out again. Angry at the world, angry at life, angry at situations far beyond my control. Angry at dog spoiled to death because she expects to get special treats, and if she's going to get her treats, she's going to starve herself to death. Might as well just keep the dry food down from her for all this time. I'm going through too much canned food for her. I love her to death. I spoiled that dog too damn much. I think I'm more angry at myself for spoiling her too damn much. Oh, things happening in the world, the COVID-19, the politicians, the industries that one person might want to have gone into, and then there's everything else going on in a basket. Now, how about this one? People who are into more and more religion at this point over here are trying to say that it's the end of the world and we should be converting at this point over here. We should be doing this, we should be doing that. Because we got too much death and disease going on right now. All we're waiting for is the damn locusts to come over here. We have pestilence, we have famine going to be taking away our food damn sources at this point. Food riots and stuff. That's going to be fun. So we might as well just freak out like crazy. It's the end of the world as we know it. And we are definitely not flying to screw up a line regarding REO. Sorry, guys. It's just not happening today. With the constant news of this year, ending year of 2020 at this point over here, fun things that we would have wanted to do during the summertime, we can't do. I mean, we are so screwed up with a hell of a lot of things in our life that it's becoming more and more impossible. Yeah, more and more hiding at this point over here with my drinks. Can't even stand looking at myself sometimes when I'm looking at the damn camera. It damn sucks, and I'm watching things on television. Just depresses me even further. People fighting for rights for other groups of people left and right because they've been oppressed all this time. Can I do something about it? Can I not do something? I'm supposed to do something about it. And if I don't do something about it, I'm going to get pissed off about that, or actually people are going to get pissed off at me for not doing anything, and I get pissed off even further. It's becoming, I don't know what the hell's going on. I even ask myself, why do I constantly do these damn videos? And am I trying to become an internet superstar? Not really. Sometimes I wonder why I even had a YouTube channel in the first place. I mean, my own blog reports in audio format were just as much more revealing than it is doing video, because I have to be more polite about things. I have to be more refined about things. I have to be more kid-friendly sometimes with the language, because I might insult people left and right. Because my own lifestyle may insult the living daylights out of people, or my own thoughts are going to be screwing things over left and right. Maybe. Or sometimes just going stir crazy because you were forced to. The question is, what's forcing me to do these things in the first place? I'm trying to cope, and it's just not easy. I'm hearing the constant thumping of people with their issues at this point over here. It was bad enough yesterday that a neighbor of mine, and I did not know this family at all. And when I found out that their grandmother had died, it unleashed a lot of emotions in me. And I did a video on this one already. But it still has a lingering bad taste in my mouth. Sometimes I wonder if I went too that far just crying with the family, but it was an emotional impact situation that I just couldn't avoid it. We had the fire engine pull up, and we had the ambulance pull in. And every once in a while I would see that setup coming over here. Every once in a while for different people in the complex. We do have people that get sick. We do have elderly people over here that have issues. But seeing somebody in a family situation that is going through an emotional trial, such as the death of a loved one, it's like my barriers, my thoughts, my feelings, my issues I felt inside were not resolved enough, at least according to one friend, and I went thermonuclear. I didn't get angry, I didn't get frustrated, I broke down emotionally. I mean, the emotional impact hit me so much for effect. 2018 in September is when my brother had passed away. The first week. This was supposed to be the time when I was going over to college, taking courses, because this is what my brother would want me to do. But I told him that I would cancel college just to take care of him. He got worse. Well, in June, June of 2018, my brother was 60 years old. He just turned 60. And because of the health complications he had, caused a stroke. Took away his speech, part of his mobility, part of his functionality. He was an assistant that I still go to school. And I attended one day of orientation just to make sure I had the classes. The next thing I know is I'm taking him to the hospital once because of a blood sugar going hell in a handbasket. And he comes back after a couple of days in there. Picks up a bug somewhere or something, I don't know, but his temperature spiked a bit. I should have did something about that, but I didn't. Got him home. And then the next day, he's coming back in as a slab. He had a respiratory attack, respiratory arrest. They couldn't even trach him. I'm worrying about transportation coming back home in case, it's an emergency room situation. He's going to be over there. He's going to be fine. And then we got to be pulling back home, or else he's going to be there overnight, and I got to find a way to get back home. Always constantly figuring that stuff out, because when you're a caregiver, these things always happen, and if you don't have the support and you're just running a solo person at this point, you have to depend on the charity of others to get your ass to one place or another. I was trying to depend on my friends for that one. And I didn't realize in the back of the ambulance that he was fighting for his life, and he just gave up. Somehow, his body gave up. And they couldn't save him. Not until I got into the emergency room lobby. And then they pulled me through. And I saw him there. And they were taking things off his body. They were not moving. He was just a lump. A piece of meat. That scene stays in my mind forever. And that has scarred me. I will never see my brother in this lifetime again. And I lived a long life with my brother for 60 of his years. Well, 52 of his years, actually. And we were tight at the end. I really hadn't gone more detail about my brother because sometimes it's hard as hell to talk about. But in dealing with the emotional impact of that, not to mention losing my mother at the hospital, and I know she was dying at that time. There's no way she was coming back. And I had to make peace with that one, and it's still hard to make peace with that. The hardest damn thing is when I kept carrying her ashes with me for long periods of time around my neck. A constant reminder. I call it the constant albatross around my neck while the necklaces are still in there. And I guess it's a way of trying to hide from the damn pain that I lock it up in there now. Because for over a year, or longer than that, I wore ashes around my neck as a reminder of my family gone. And I'm alone. And then sometimes I'd forget that because I was trying to take care of other things. And in seeing what happened to my neighbors, and it was just, okay, I'm sorry for your loss. Oh, well, it would have been okay. No, I had to sit down and cry with them. And I think I explained it to one or two that the emotional impact of that moment of time had brought out the pain of losing family, friends, pets, everything at the same time, and it tore me apart. It tore me apart, and I couldn't get my own relief for people, the people to put a pat on my back. I'm seeing a family going through grief, and I'm reliving the moments of what the hell I went through. I've had some friends try to put hands in back and hug the hell out of me just when I was really raw and going through shock at the time. And these people are going through shock at the time, and I have to give them the space necessary to go through this. Try to assure them that they're not alone. They're not alone. I know what it's like to lose family like this. I know what it's like to lose a mother and brother, and I know what it's like to lose a lot of grandmother and aunts and uncles and dogs, even one cat. Even a cat. And I hardly ever talked about the cat. My brother picked up a stray decades ago. We're living in Arleta. No, correction. Granada Hills on a street called McKeever. And I'm going through high school. My brother finds this cat on a offering right by our house. He's walking to someplace. Comes back. He already petted the cat once. Cat decides to follow him home. For about an hour, he meows like crazy until we actually get some food to feed his ass. can of tuna, milk or something. That cat adopted us, never left us. So for a few years, he was our pet. We called him Cat. We responded to it. We responded to that. And the hardest thing was, hang on. This is not a cat, this is a dog. I was saying something earlier about a dog. Well, this is my dog. This is Little Mama's. She's a little girl. Say hi to the rest of the world, dog. Say hi to the rest of the world, Mamas. Why is she doing this? Well, she don't like being on camera. She's not very photogenic. But she is. She's cute. But the cat stayed with us, and at one time he left. What, you need to go out again? Hold on. Take her out.